Hi class. So this is going to be for the lab number 4. This is going to be the flame test lab. I sure wish you were here to see this, but hopefully this is going to be helpful to you. So we're going to go over everything that is in the lab. Hopefully you've read that and be able to fill out the information on the Google Forms. So as you watch this video, grab something and take some notes so you can fill out all of this stuff later on. So what we've already done is taken out just tiny bits of each of these reagents. And so this should be in somewhat of the same order as your lab. And so we've got a tiny bit of potassium nitrate. So there's just tiny little crystals in there. And then we've got calcium nitrate. We've got strontium nitrate. This one needs to be turned around. This one is lithium nitrate. Notice almost all of these are white powders except for the copper nitrate, which is a blue crystal. Sodium nitrate, barium nitrate, and then this one is our unknown, so that's going to be something similar. And we also have these. These are sodium chloride, table salt, lithium chloride. Now we don't have crystals of this. There are no crystals of the lithium chloride. This is an old bottle. It's an old sample. And remember in a couple labs ago, you had to look up the word for hygroscopic or hygroscopic. Well, this is even further than hygroscopic. It is so hygroscopic it's considered deliquescent. And so if you would look up what deliquescent is, this one is actually in liquid form. Originally it was solid, but years and years, because it is deliquescent, we won't need to use this in, and this is the only thing I use in the lab, so we're going to dip directly into the stock container because, again, I don't need to worry about contaminating this for any other lab. This is the only lab it is ever used for at this school. Then we go over to barium chloride. We have a tiny bit of that, some calcium chloride, and then a tiny bit of the copper chloride that we will be burning. So as we begin, I do want to start off with our Q-tip or our cotton swab. It's on a piece of wood, so if we leave that wood in there too long, it will start to burn. But what I'm going to do is, as a control for this experiment, I've just dipped this into the distilled water. I'm going to put this in here, into the flame. I do have the lights off, so you can see the flame. The water is not going to be giving off much of a color. But if this water evaporates and that cotton starts to burn, you're going to start seeing some of the carbon give off that yellow color. And of course, if we let that wood burn, a lot of carbon in there, you're going to get the distinct color of burning wood. And so we're going to put those out and we're going to leave them right there. So hopefully you have something ready to take down the different colors. We're going to put some potassium nitrate, just a couple of these little specks. It doesn't take very much. We're going to put this into this flame, and maybe you can see that's kind of a lavender color, lavender blue that it burns with. Of course, if it gets into the cotton, it's going to turn a little bit yellow. That is not the color of the potassium nitrate though. Calcium nitrate. Just going to get one nice little piece of calcium nitrate there. I'm going to put it right in the edge. See if we can get a color. Peachy orange for calcium nitrate. Strontium nitrate. little brighter orange. Burns a lot more vigorously. Lithium nitrate. Ooh, that's a nice, pretty red. Almost a fuchsia. With a tiny bit of orange, but mostly a nice red color. Copper nitrate. We got one speck in here of copper nitrate. Pretty good size piece, but there it is. So again, copper nitrate. Which is a pretty neat green. That copper nitrate is going to a nice green color, almost with a little bit of an eerie yellow. And most of that is gone already. That yellow there is where the cotton has gotten hot enough and it is starting to burn, but it's a nice green. So now we're ready for sodium nitrate. Get that big chunk to stick there. So sodium nitrate. Ooh, that's a nice bright yellow for sodium nitrate. So now we're going to work with barium nitrate. It's pretty bright, but it sparkles a little bit. And I noticed barely a bit of a green tinge in that. Definitely not as green as the copper, but it's a yellow, has a bit of a spark to it and a green tinge. That yellow at the end again is just the cotton. So sodium chloride. We want to get a little bit of the table salt here on our cotton swab and see if we can compare that to our sodium nitrate. This is sodium chloride, very nice bright yellow, kind of orangish. Sodium chloride. So this is the lithium chloride. I am going to go ahead and dip this water in there. Again, I don't have any solid lithium chloride. This is my stuff that I have available. And this lithium chloride, as it dries out, nice fuchsia color. That nice red color. So now we're ready for some barium chloride. That yellow with barely a tinge of green. You kind of see how it likes to sparkle just a little bit. Barium chloride. So now I have some calcium chloride. Calcium has that yellow-orange. Nice and bright. Compare that to your calcium nitrate. So for our last known salt, we have copper chloride. There's that green with a little bit of yellow in it. Has a little more of a spark to it. So that is definitely a copper. Has a little bit of blue in there, doesn't it? So blue-green. There we go. So our unknown, this is it. It is not any of the ones that we've tested, but it does have either an anion or a cation that is similar to one that we have tested already. But again, this is not one of the other ones that we've actually gone through. It's a whole different compound, but it does have either the same anion or cation as one of the others. There's that nice Not quite a fuchsia, but it is a red color, isn't it? See if that works out for us. So again, I wish you were here for this. Sorry you weren't. This is kind of a fun one. You could have redid a lot of these. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot easier to look at them if you are here, if you can go back and go over the ones that you've already done. So if you would, make sure you've read your lab and you can go to your Google Forms and fill this stuff out. Again, if you have any problems, questions, shoot me an email through Google Classroom and I'll do my best to get back with you as soon as possible. Hope you guys are staying safe.